Hello friends, last time we have studied about mode 5 counter. The mode 5 counter can be prepared using the 3 flip-flops and it counts through 5 different states 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0 and then again sequence repeat 0, 0, 0. That means it skips the state number 5, 6 and 7. And that way, the natural counter of mode 8 counter is converted into mode 5 counter. And this mode 5 counter we can utilize as a logic building block to prepare a higher modulus of the counter. We have studied initially also that when we have prepared the mode 3 counter, that mode 3 counter was cascaded with other lower modulus of the counter like modulus of 2, and we have prepared modulus of 2 multiplied by modulus of 3, that is going to be modulus of 6 counter, and 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, that way we have prepared mode 12 counter also. That means any higher modulus of the counter can be obtained, can be designed using taking the product of any number of lower modulus of the counter. So similarly here also our need is here mode 10 counter or modulus of 10 counter, which is also known as a decade counter, because we are utilizing a decimal number system 0 to 9. That means there are 10 digit is going to be there. So 10 discrete state is going to be required corresponding to each digit from 0 to 9. And hence we need a decade counter or modulus of 10 counter, which can be done, which can be prepared using modulus of 5 counter as a logic building block. A single flip-flop, when it is connected J and K to the VCC and it is working in a toggle mode conditions, then that JK flip-flop will be utilized as a modulus of 2 counter. So there are two different ways mode 10 counter or decade counter can be prepared. Either you can prepare 2 multiplied by 5 or a 5 multiplied by 2 can form a mode 10 counter or a decade counter. So we are going to study in detail about this counter. So we'll read here this counter, this mode 5 counter configuration can be considered as a logic building block as shown in the figure 10.20d and can be used in cascade to construct a higher modulus of the counter. For instance, a 2 by 5 or a 5 by 2 will form a mode 10 counter or which is known as a decade counter. Show a method for constructing a 5 by 2 mode 10 decade counter. So how 5 by 2 mode 10 decade counter can be constructed? We can utilize mode 5 counter first using the 3 flip-flops A, B and C. You can convert a natural counter modulus of 8 counter into the modulus of 5 counter, and output of the modulus of 5 counter can be connected as a clock input to modulus of 2 counter, which is nothing but a single flip-flop, and that way 5 by 2 decade counter can be prepared. Solution: a decade counter can be constructed by using mode 5 counter as shown in the figure 10.20 and adding an additional flip-flop which is labeled as a D as shown in the figure 10.21. The appropriate waveform and truth table are included here. So this way we can prepare a first modulus of 5 counter using a flip-flop A, B and C. You can see here all the flip-flops A, B and C. Their K input is connected with VCC and output of the flip-flop C, that is C bar, is connected to the J input of the first flip-flop. Output of the flip-flop A is driving a clock input of the flip-flop B, and flip-flop B, J and K input are connected with the VCC. So flip-flop B is working in toggle mode condition. Output of A and output of B is connected as input to the AND gate, and output of the AND gate is connected to the J input of the C flip-flop, and thus flip-flop A, B and C is working as a modulus of 5 counter. Now you can see that the next flip-flop is a flip-flop T. Here flip-flop T, J and K input is connected to the VCC, and output of the C flip-flop is connected as a clock input for the flip-flop D. And that way this is modulus of 5 counter, which is followed by modulus of 2 counter, and that way 5 by 2 mode 10 counter can be prepared. And the waveforms, if you see these waveforms here, this is the clock waveforms: 0 count, then the first count, second count, third count, etc. The clock negative age is going to be there. So the flip-flop A is changing the state on first negative age of the clock pulse, second negative age of the clock pulse, third negative age of the clock pulse, fourth negative age of the clock pulse. But after count 4, flip-flop A is not allowed to be set. So it was reset and it remains reset on this clock pulse. Again on the next clock pulse, again it is going to be toggle, next clock pulse again it is going to be toggle. So for 4 clock pulse, flip-flop A is going to be toggle, on the 5th clock pulse it remains to be reset only. This is the way you can prepare a waveform of flip-flop A. This is one set, again this is going to be another set, and then it is the third set is going to be starting like this way. Now what about the flip-flop B? Output of A is working as a clock input for the flip-flop B, and its J and K is connected to the VCC. So negative age of the flip-flop A will toggle the flip-flop B. So every negative age of the flip-flop A will toggle the flip-flop B. Here also it is going to be toggle, here also it is going to be toggle. Again you can see that here there is a negative age of output of A. So the flip-flop B is going to be toggling. Here also negative age of the flip-flop A. So B is going to be toggling. Here also the negative age of A. So B is going to be toggling. What about the flip-flop C? When A is high, B is high, like this one. Then output of the AND gate is going to be high, J is going to be 1, K is going to be 1, and flip-flop C is going to be toggle on next negative age of the clock pulse. So prior to this negative age of the clock pulse, here A is high, B is high. So the flip-flop C is going to be toggle. Then here prior to the next clock pulse, next negative age of the clock pulse, A and B is going to be low. So output of the AND gate is going to be 0, J is going to be 0. So J is going to be 0 and K is going to be 1. That means the flip-flop C is going to be reset on the 5th clock pulse. So here the flip-flop C is going to be reset. Again same thing is going to be happening here. A is high, B is high. So the flip-flop C is going to be set, or it is going to be toggle, and next negative age of the clock pulse, flip-flop C is going to be reset. Output of the C, that is working as a clock input for the flip-flop D. And hence we can see that when the negative age of the flip-flop C is going to be there, the flip-flop D is going to be toggle. So it is changing from 0 to 1. Again here the negative age is going to be there, so the flip-flop D is going to be toggle from 1 to 0. So from here we can prepare a truth table like this one. D is going to be the MSB and A is going to be LSB, because we are giving the system clock to the flip-flop A. So A becomes LSB and D becomes MSB. So here you can see that table DC BA with the state 0. So 0 0 0 0 prior to the any clock pulse, 0 state or count, all are going to be 0. Then 0 0 0 1, then 0 0 1 0, then 0 0 1 1, then 0 1 0 0. So up to the 4th state corresponding to this one, 0 1 0 0, decimal equivalent is going to be 4. Then it is jumping here, you can see that next clock pulse 1 0 0 0. That means after the state 4 it is jumping to the decibel equivalent of 8. Then 1001 9, that means 1 0 1 0 10, 1 0 1 1 11, 1 1 0 0 12, and again it is going to be 0 0 0 0, and that way we can prepare this truth table. How many number of states are there? This is 1 2 3 up to 10. So there are 10 discrete states are going to be there. So this is called modulus of 10 counter or decade counter, and this way the required decade counter can be prepared. Here one thing you have to remember, that in this counter the container of the counter is not strictly progressing in a binary sequence, but here after 4 0 1 0 0 it is moving to the 8 1 0 0 0, and then up to 12 it is going there, it is going to be reset, and that sequence is going to be repeating. So that way this is known as a biquinary count sequence. Notice that the counter progresses through a biquinary count sequence and does not count in a straight binary sequence. A decade counter could be formed just as easily by using the mode 5 counter in figure 10.20 in conjunction with the flip-flop, but connected in a 2 by 5 configuration as shown in the figure 10.22. The truth table for this configuration and resulting waveform are shown here. Now, there is another way also. We can prepare a mode 10 or decade counter. How that can be prepared? Here, modulus of 2 counter. We are going to place first, and which is going to be followed by mode 5 counter, and that is known as a 2 by 5 configuration. And that way also 2 by 5, that means there will be total 10 discrete state, and it is known as a decade counter or modulus of 10 counter. This is another way we can prepare. What is the circuitry, etc.? We can see the next time. Here you can see that this is the truth table will be there here, this is the waveform, and this is the circuitry of this decade counter. The first, there will be modulus of 2 counter will be there. Flip-flop A will be working as the modulus of 2 counter. Here J and K is connected to the VCC, and system clock is given to the flip-flop A. So this is the LSB is there. This flip-flop is working as a output of this flip-flop is working as a LSB, and output of A is a clock input for flip-flop B, C and D. That means this remaining 3 flip-flop B, C and D, they are working as modulus of 5 counter. You can see that here. Output of flip-flop D, that is D bar, is connected. This D bar is connected as a J input of the flip-flop B. K input of the flip-flop B, J and K input of the flip-flop C, and K input of the flip-flop D are all connected with the VCC. So here J is connected to the D bar. Here output of the flip-flop B is driving the flip-flop C, clock input of the flip-flop C, and output of the B and output of the C is input to the flip-flop AND gate, and output of this AND gate is the J input for the flip-flop D, and hence flip-flop B, C and D, they are working as a modulus of 5 counter. So here modulus of 2 counter is followed by this modulus of 5 counter. How these waveforms are going to be drawn? These are the clock waveforms, you can see that. Now, what is A flip-flop? Its J and K is connected to the VCC. So every negative edge of the clock pulse, flip-flop A is going to be toggle. It will be complemented. So if it is 0, it is going to be 1. Here you can see that on this negative edge, the flip-flop A is going to be toggle. Again on this negative edge, flip-flop A is going to be toggle from 1 to 0. Again here it is going to be toggling, and every negative edge of the clock pulse, output of flip-flop A is going to be toggling. Now output of A, that is this waveform, is acting as a clock input or clock waveform for the modulus of 5 counter. That means we can think about that when the flip-flop B is going to be toggle, flip-flop B is going to be toggle for first 4 clock waveforms, and then on the 5th clock pulse it is going to be remains reset only. So you can see that this is the first negative edge of the clock pulse, flip-flop B is going to be toggle. Again, the second negative edge of the clock pulse, flip-flop B is going to be toggle. Third negative edge of the clock pulse, flip-flop B is going to be toggle. And fourth negative edge of the clock pulse, flip-flop B is going to be toggle. On the fifth clock pulse, it was reset and it remains reset. Nothing is going to be changed here. You can see here. Now, what about the flip-flop C? When output of B and output of C both are going to be high here, output of B and output of C both are going to be high, then output of the AND gate is going to be high, J input is going to be high, and flip-flop T is going to be toggle here. So on this clock pulse, negative edge of this clock pulse, flip-flop D is going to be toggle, and here prior to that this both are going to be low, so J input is going to be 0, so it is going to be 0 reset. Now from this waveform we can prepare a truth table. DE is MSB and A is going to be LSB. So the truth table is going to be DC, BA is going to be there. So here you can see that prior to the count 0, 0, 0, 0, then the next clock pulse 0, 0, 0, 1, next clock pulse 0, 0, 1, 0, next clock pulse 0, 0, 1, 1. Now on next count 0, 1, 0, 0. On next clock pulse 0, 1, 0, 0. Next clock pulse 0, 1, 1, 0. On next clock pulse 0, 1, 1, 1. On next clock pulse 1, 0, 0, 0. On next clock pulse 1, 0, 0, 1. And then after it is going to be reset 0, 0, 0 and 0. So here the counter is progressing. This is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And then it is going to be reset to 0, 0, 0. So here if you see the truth table is progressing strictly in a binary sequence from 0 to 9 decimal equivalent, and hence it is, we can say that the truth table shows the binary sequence is going there. And that way the decade counter or mode 10 counter can be prepared, because here still there are 10 discrete state only is there. So it is working as a decade counter or modulus of 10 counter. This is still a mode 10 decade counter since it still has 10 discrete state. Notice that this counter count in a strict binary count sequence from 0, 0, 0, 0 up to 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 and then back to the 0, 0, 0. Now this counter is available in IC 7490A. This is a TTL MSI IC is going to be there. You can see that the IC 54 or 74 series 90A is TTL MSI decade counter. Its logic diagram, truth table and pinout are given in figure 10.23. A careful examination will reveal that the last three flip-flops, that is QB, QC and QD, form a mode per counter exactly like the one which we have studied. Notice, however, that the flip-flop QD in IC 90A is RS flip-flop that has a direct connection from its Q output back to its RO input, and the net result in this case is that QD behaves like a JK flip-flops. So here you can see that the last flip-flop, here A, B and C, these three flip-flops are, you can see that JK flip-flops are there, but the last flip-flop is actually RS flip-flop is there, but its output Q is connected back to the R input of this one, and it is working like a JK flip-flops. These three flip-flops B, C and D, they are forming a mode 5 counter. If you want to verify, you can check. There is output of Q bar of the last flip-flop, QD, that is QD bar is connected to the J input of the flip-flop B. Output of the QB is connected as a clock input for the flip-flop C. And output of QB and QC, this is the output of QB and this is the output of QC, they are connected to the input of the AND gate, and that is connected as a J input of the flip-flop T. And that way this 3 flip-flop is working as a modulus of 5 counter. This is another counter J and K, and this is a QA. So this will work as a modulus of 2 counter. Here in this one, if you connect a system clock to the input A and output of the QA, if you are connecting to the clock input of the B, this is like this kind of flip-flop, modulus of 2, which is followed by modulus of 5 counter. That means 2 by 5 decade counter or mode 10 counter can be prepared, and it will exactly work like what right now we have studied 2 by 5 counter, and the truth table which is given is like this one. Strictly it is following 0 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 0 0 1. That means from 0 to 9 strictly in a binary sequence it is progressing. But another way also you can operate. You can give the system clock to the input P and output of the QD you can connect as a clock input of the flip-flop A, and here QB is going to be LSB, and this is going to be next LSB, this is going to be next LSB, and output of this one is connected as the system in clock input of A. That means QA will be working as a MSB, that is most significant bit, and that way also it will work as a modulus of 10 counter, but this is modulus of 5 counter which is followed by modulus of 2 counter, and it is called decade counter, but it follows the biquinary count sequence. The IC pin diagrams is given over here. You can see that pin number 1 is the clock input B. Pin number 14 is the clock input A. Pin number 2 and pin number 3 is R01 and R02. What is this R01 and R02? This R01 and R02, they are working here. You can see that this is R01 and this is R01, 2. They are the input of the NAND gate and output of the NAND gate. Where it is connected? They are connected to the clear input of everyone. It is connected to the clear input over here. It is connected to the clear input everywhere. So that when both are going to be high, that means output is going to be 0 and it will be activated, and it will see that the flip-flop is going to be preset if it is connected to the preset, and if it is connected to the reset, it will be reset all the flip-flops. So R01 and R02 here, they are connected to the clear input, and the clear input is active low. So all the flip-flops are going to be reset when R01 and R02 are going to be high. Pin number 4 is not connected anywhere. It is unused. So it is written NC. Pin number 5 is the VCC. Pin number 6 is R01 and pin number 7 is RG2. This is RG1 and RG2. They are connected to the preset terminals. Pin number 10 is a ground. Pin number 12 is a QA. Pin number 11 is QD. Pin number 13 is not connected anywhere. And this way, pin number 9 is QB and pin number 8 is a QC. These are the output QA, QB, QC and QD. And the clock input may be provided to the A or clock input may be provided to the B, and that way it will work as a 2 by 5 or 5 by 2 decade counter. Application of this IC, that means 7490 can be connected in a cascade mode. That means system clock is applied to this counter 7490 decade counter. All counter is initially reset. So all the flip-flops are going to be reset. DCBA is going to be 0000. Here also it is going to be 0000. Here also it is going to be 0000. Now every negative edge of the clock pulse, this counter is going to be progressing one count up to the count number 9. Then when the MSB D is going to be changing from high to low, that is the last count flip-flop is changing from high to low, then it is connected to the clock input of the middle counter. So here this content of the counter is going to be advancing every 10 clock pulses. So this counter is advancing with each clock pulse. So this is known as a unit counter. And output of this one is changing from high to low for one clock pulse only after 10 clock pulse of unit counter. So this is changing the state, or it is advancing one count which every 10 clock pulse of the clock pulses. So this middle counter is known as a tens counter, and output of this one, that is after every 100 clock pulse, this D is changing from high to low, and that means this content of this counter is going to be advancing by 1 after 100 clock pulse. So this is called 100 counters. If the system clock is applied at the input A and QA is connected to the input B, we have true binary decade counter exactly as in figure 10.22. On the other hand, if the system clock is applied at input B and QD is connected to the input A, we have biquinary counter as discussed in the example previously, that is 5 by 2. Take time to study this logic diagram and truth table 490A. It is widely used in industry and time spent will be well worth your. An interesting application using 354-7490A decade counter is shown in a figure 10.24. The 390A counters are connected in series such that the first one on the right counter counts the number of input pulses at its clock input. We call this one as a unit counter. The middle 90A will advance one count each time the unit counter counts 10 input pulses. Because D, output of the flip-flop D, changing from high to low once every 10 clock pulses, will have a single negative transition as that count progresses from count 9 to the count 0. So the middle block is then known as a minute counters. The left 90A will advance one count each time the 10th counter progresses from count 9 to 0. This will occur once for every 100 input pulse. Thus, this block is called the 100 counter. Now, the operation should be clear. This logic circuit is capable of counting input pulses from 1 up to 999. So, the procedure is to reset all the 90s and then count the number of pulses at the input to the unit counter. This cascaded arrangement is widely used in digital voltmeter, frequency counter, etc., where a decimal count is needed. So, this counter is very important. It should be pointed out that 54749A is only one of the number of TTL MSI decade counters. That means there are so many ICs are available to which have the decade counter, because in a day-to-day life we are dealing with the decimal number system and we need a decade counter. So many different ways the decade counter can be prepared, and so many ICs are going to be there in TTL series. This is one of them, 7490A. There can be 5474176 is another popular asynchronous decade counter. That means this is also decade counter, but it is asynchronous decade counter. And 5474160, 5474162, 5474190 and 5474192 are all popular synchronous decade counter. That means so many ICs are available as a decade counter. Some of these IC are working as a asynchronous decade counter, and some of the IC are utilizing as a synchronous decade counter. There are so many ICs, they will be having different application also. There are different properties also there. Their parameters are going to be changing. Utilizing them is also different way, which we are going to learn in a presettable counter, all these things. Each has a particular attributes that you should consider, and study of their individual data sets would be worthwhile for you. Thanking you, friends.